All right. So we're going to start with the middle here. This is the heart of the reading. And I mean, this line right here, we've got the King of Swords. We've got the Two of Swords, which is Moon in Libra. And then this karma, right? Judgment. And then this Knight. These swords, and the swords are about judgment, right? Moon in Libra, it's kind of like a minor arcana justice for me. And with this karma card being here, right? We've been through this major transformation. And I feel like with this spider in reverse, this Octavia Butler, the future in reverse, it's like we're taking a pause. I feel like there's some planning for the future, right? This is creative energy. And I see cards, this line right here, very creative energy. But it's like there's this pause. Right. And there's like this kind of inner searching for the truth. And we see, he's like all the knights in one. He holds the sword. You can see the spirit, right? This behind this, cathedral, which is kind of like the wands energy. We see this cup here, which is of course, the cups, right? Love. But also with the rose is earth and, love, right? He's all of them. And there's this, he's got scars here. He's got a tear here, right? He's fought the battles. He's been through transformation. And there's this going within, there's this search for truth, right? With this oracle card here. Wait for important information. And I think there is like this pause, right? This Four of Swords, the seer, Two of Wands is holding energy. So I definitely feel like there's this pause. But everything is done with integrity. Everything, and I think there is something that needs to be said, right? Be brave and honest, but you're waiting for, that, and the information, this is the oracle, right? This is the seer. When they both show up, this is about spirit. This is about going within. So you're going to find that information. You're going to know the moment, right, to move forward. So, and that is exactly what you're doing, right? This is your intention. And I'm seeing all of this playing out in a couple of ways. Yes, I see you connecting with spirit, right? Ancestors, even the Akashic record here. I see all of that there. I also see you looking beyond your physical, right? What's in the physical world, what's going on there. And making these plans, right? Looking into this crystal ball, imagining what you want your future to look like. This summer, bask in joy and light. And then this Four of Swords, right? The Four of Swords is usually someone sleeping, and we see her here kind of standing very defensively, and we see this wall behind her, right? And I'm pulled to this wall card. And the last time I pulled this summer card, bask in joy and light, I felt horrible that day. Right? I couldn't figure out why I pulled this card, and it finally occurred to me, right? Bask in joy and light. And I was standing out in the sunshine when it occurred to me that it was about getting sun, right? And you're Leo. We are, for most of the people that are watching, in the middle of winter. And Leos need their sunlight, right? I'm a Leo rising, which I handle the winter pretty well. But the biggest, help for that is getting outside as much as possible, even when it's cold, and, really taking in the sun, really breathing in the air, right? All of these things are going to help us, because I do see, this is once again, I feel like you have this wall up, because I'm looking at the bee and the hive, right? And I'm thinking hive mind and this defensiveness, right? I feel like it's hard for you to relax right now. You're on the defense, right? You're trying to look past what's going on all around you. And I do see with this Karma card and the Two of Wands here, this is Mars in Aries. So there is, I just released a video on the holiday blow-ups. There is the possibility of one here. I'm just saying, if it happens, let it happen, right? If you can be brave and honest, right? If you can, those little triggers, if you can hit them before the blow up happens, then great. But I'm just seeing, I'm kind of seeing you kind of hiding your face from it, as I did too. And there might be a trigger, right? There might be this point where it just happens, and it'll be okay if it does, right? But I feel like if you can get out, it's going to help. If you can do some breathing exercises, right, it's going to help. I mean, for the most part, we do have the peacock here, which is alignment. I do feel like, for the most part, you're at peace during this time. I'm just seeing there is a little bit of weariness in the subconscious. And I feel like those things, right? Getting as much sunlight as you can, right? Just sitting outside for 5 minutes with your face to the sun will be, because she's even in the shadow here, right? Will be super, super helpful to you. And the breath work, meditation, of course, is always helpful. So in the past, we have the Eight of Pentacles here. And, I'm seeing this as the inner work, the outer work, all of it. We see this skull here, and we do have death at the bottom of the deck. And, the Seven of Pentacles is behind that. And, this time period is kind of like, this pause. We've been going through this transformation. This whole year has been transformative. Earth is transforming, right? It's like everything. And you've put in a lot of work. And this is a time to kind of look back on it. Here we have, in the air element, this Three of Pentacles. But, in most Three of Pentacles, we see more than one person, but we see one, and he's looking into this candle here, right? Once again, there's like this connection with spirit, creativity, co-creating with spirit. And I feel like inwardly you're making plans. There is like this creativity, and you might be producing. But I feel for the most part, this is like planning, imagining. And then we have this King of Swords here. Once again, he's kind of reflecting this Knight and the Two of Swords. I think there is this a bit of detachment from what's going on around you. There might even be, you want to watch out for being a little too judgmental, right? Try to be even-handed here. Because with that judgment card over there, can't help. And I mean, like, it could be that I think you're searching for clarity, I feel, because we see this hawk here with him, but it's the blinders on, right? Everybody's looking inwards. Because there is a lot of confusing energy, right? There's like this back and forth between Neptune, and it's like there's this fantasy reality thing that's going on. And I think that you are kind of like trying to go inward to, hold on to that truth, hold on to that integrity, right? But it's not necessarily going to be easy. And just, when the hive mind, I guess that's one of the reasons it's touching this. And, this whole row right here, which is very, aligned. But there's a lot of swords here, and it kind of makes me feel like and with these, that, there's this need to be compassionate, right? Because those around us who aren't handling this all that well need our compassion, right? This tear that's coming out of his eye. So try to tune in to that. And that's like, yeah, laying plans. This is kind of first week kind of energy. And then we look at this power that's in this second week, right after the 14th be the Monday, right? So that would be during this second week. And I feel like there's a breakthrough, kind of like the aha moment with that during this week at any rate, right? It might not be right with the eclipse, but I feel like, I heard, gifted. There might be a gift, right? Whether this is just information or some kind of gift. There's a lot of power here. Pluto is that's this death energy too, right? Pluto rules the judgment card, karma. And then he's holding the world in his hand, and it's like you've made the decision already, and this is in your emotions, your relationships. And I do get the sense that there's someone, right? I mean, they've been showing up. They haven't necessarily showed their face here, but I get the sense here that there's movement planned. This is like you've been waiting for the call, right? You've been waiting for the trumpet. And then we have him holding this hawthorn here, right? This decision to move forward. It's going to be successful, whatever this movement is. And, I do get, this is another thing that makes me think that there could be a blow up for you, is that we have the 10 of Wands with the 5 of Wands, right? This is like that built up pressure, the burden, right? And then the release of it, some kind of battle. And then, the 6 of Wands is the kind of, yes, it's victorious. And I mean, like, but then there was a battle, right? But we've got to be okay with that. Like I said in that video, don't beat yourself up over it. There are reasons that it happened. See, is there anything else? And this, you know, this is also pertaining to that creative energy, right? And I feel like this is a big aha moment in many ways, right? There's 3 people here, right? It's spiritual, it's love related, and it's career related. And, you know, the career is, this is like, and this, the spider is really creative energy. I really get that from it. So it's like you've been weaving, but it can be, it's everything. It's the whole, like, what you want to create. We've got Paul Klee, Senecio. And, you know, and I'm just looking at this blue over here too. And of course, this is my higher consciousness. You know, it's Yves Klein, made his own blue. And we see this blue here, right? Yes, this truth that wants to come out. And I just, you know, this looks it's giving me this very serene energy, right? There's like this triangle here, this little bit of defensiveness. Just a little bit of it. But on the whole, very balanced. Right? There's always going to be something a little off kilter. I love it.